guys, this is Aromie here, and welcome back to Degraman. I'm just gonna pronounce it as that. If it's incorrect, I am very sorry. But we are here in the metro subway situation. I believe we're trying to leave. With my hand in his deadly grip. Okay, never mind, they're capturing me for sure now. The jock drags me into an office building that's connected to the subway. We're swimming against the flow of office plankton when Purple Eyes uses a card of some sort to get us through a turnstile? And I slowly grow more perplexed. I can't even imagine a more absurd kidnapping. This is hopeless. I want to both laugh and cry. I had so many opportunities to escape, and now that we're walking down a rapidly emptying hallway, I realize that my abundance of caution has caused me to squander any chance I had to escape. Purple Eyes suddenly stops and begins to unlock the door at the end of the hallway. The door itself looks so unremarkable that I had mistaken it for a broom closet. Confused, I loudly blurted out, "Guys, please don't tell me this is all some elaborate scheme to make me in a Degraman sales rep." Exasperated, Purple Eye snorts and opens the door. The sight that opens before me is much different from what I had expected of a broom closet. I'll come or welcome. You'll come to the asylum of perverts. Oh, lovely. This sounds promising. Chapter 2. I don't know how many chapters there are, but we're going pretty quickly. The hallway looks vaguely familiar. Identical doors are located at equal intervals down the corridor, which bends around the corner, the sight of which gives me an itchy, uncomfortable feeling. Ta-da! Dropping my guard for but a single second, the big guy pushes me into the hallway and closes the door behind us. Panicked, I shoved him away, then desperately tried pulling the door open, but it won't budge. Feeling chilled to the bone, I look around and realize the trap has been sprung. This villainy causes my blood to boil. If I don't do something right now, I won't last long. Frantically running forward, I began shouting, banging on the doors, but none of them open. Stranger yet, every time I turn a corner, the exact same corridor awaits me. Oh, you can have fun doing this all day. Not expecting my kidnappers to be directly behind me, I scream. Looking back, I see them but a few feet away from me. How did they follow me so quietly? Again, I dart forward as fast as I can, this time listening for sounds of pursuit as I continue to move forward, running for my life. When will this corridor ever end? I pause to catch my breath. And out of the corner of my eye, I see my kidnappers standing right behind me. Here I am, panting and completely out of breath, yet my kidnappers are just standing around looking bored. Desperate for what to do next, I search the corridor in front of me and see one of the doors is open. Naturally, I immediately dash toward it, anything to get as far away from these guys as I can and this insane corridor. Running into the room and slamming the door shut behind me, I lean against the wall, breathing heavily, but my relief is short-lived. Hello, my hopeless Michiko. Hello, sir. I remember you. Kinda. Are you the doctor of some sort? I don't quite remember. I feel like we're like in the palm of your story. His voice is hoarse and he shivers down my spine. Creepy. How the hell does this guy know my name? Was he waiting for me? Oh, right. And he knows our name. Stupid. I look around searching for a means of escape. The first thing I spot is a window and I immediately lunge toward it. Maybe I can jump out or scream for help. Lunge towards out the window. Do you not see these skyscrapers up here? If I saw these skyscrapers up here, I know damn well I'm pretty high up somewhere. But drawing near, I feel a cold chill run through me. Impossible. The view from the window is completely at odds with what it should be. The terrain, the weather, the ground, absolutely nothing matches the building that I entered. Needing to verify the authenticity, whatever the fuck, of what is now happening, I fling open the window and am met with a fresh breeze. I then thrust my hand out into the open air to confirm that we are indeed up high, that this is real, or at least damn close to it. Despite the urge, I know jumping from this height would be suicide. There's no way the pavement below is soft enough to break my fall. Besides, it's light in here, daylight, and it was already getting dark when we entered the building. Tearing myself from this unbelievable sight, I began to glance about the room. It appears to be a study of some sort, a very roomy and extravagant study with designer pieces, decorating here and there. Trying to catch my breath and calm my thoughts, I press my forehead against the cool glass. I need to remain sane amid this madness, however difficult that may be. Perhaps we should talk. My name is Ian. This I don't know if you guys watched Moon Knight, but after watching Moon Knight, I feel like wait, spoilers, never mind. But if you watched it, you know what scene I'm talking about. When we're in a room that doesn't look like this, but kind of gives me that vibe. Perhaps we should talk. My name is Ian, or Ein. I don't know which one you go with. Having already sat down at his desk, the long-nosed stranger studies me thoughtfully as I stare out the window. Well, that's the only option I can do, so hide in a corner so I can't be touched. I still don't understand what's happening, just what do they intend to do with me? Crouching down in a corner between some shelves, I frantically glance about the office from my hiding place. Perhaps you should relax a little? You want me to relax? That's difficult to do when you don't understand what the heck is going on. If you agree to listen, then you shall have the opportunity to understand. I suppose. Might you take a seat? This will be a long conversation, and it's not exactly comfortable speaking from opposite ends of the room. No? Do you honestly believe sitting in a chair is more dangerous than hiding in that corner? If we had wanted to do something to you, we would have already done so. We would have done so already. Perhaps you should consider being a little more reasonable and allow us to help you. With a heavy sigh, I cautiously lower myself onto the chair in front of Ian. Is it Ian or Ein? I don't know. I'm gonna say... Let's go with Ein. I feel an unpleasant emptiness in my stomach. That's right, I skipped lunch today, and it looks like I'll be skipping dinner too. I instantly begin wishing I were home, petting my cats, lying on my bed. A snack would be nice too. We are to discuss extremely important and complicated matters, thus I ask that you lend me your full attention. What I am about to tell you will be very difficult for you to believe, but you need to understand that this information will change your worldview entirely. Just imagine, this random guy just tells you this. When you woke up randomly and you're just thrown into this situation. I think I would be frantic as fuck. Like, what the fuck? I fidget uncomfortably in the designer chair as I offer Ein my rapt attention. I wish he would get started already. Now sit back, close your eyes, and try to imagine the things I am about to tell you. It won't be easy, but try to relax yourself. Let your subconsciousness speak to you. That was certainly a long introduction, too long. Ein's voice is calm and soothing as he speaks in monotone, which has me unintentionally yawning. In order to understand what is happening right now, we need a bit of context. Let us take a small journey into the past. Our organization has spanned many centuries, and each of those centuries contain the histories of the numerous elements that comprise the century in and of itself. Take this building, for example. By simply looking at it, one can understand the society that built it. Did you know that this style of architecture was very popular? Why is it giving me a lesson in architecture? I try my best to focus on his words, but my eyes are beginning to droop shut. I mean, he did tell you to close your eyes. I lean closer to the table and lay my hands on it, but it's not long before my heavy head begins to sag. So I prop my cheek up with one hand, then focus all of my being into keeping one eye open and on Ein. Getting back to our organization's history, it is crucial that I mention that the slide rule was invented in the year of its foundation. Although I am certain you already know what the slide rule is, I don't believe it's unreasonable to mention how very important the theory is, and that it has remained entirely unchanged to this day. I gaze at Ein, my eyes clouding over. He has completely lost me. But it's really important that I understand what is happening right now, so I try my best to concentrate as hard as I can. That is when we realize that this chaos must be stopped. Living creatures are dying, land masses are disappearing, all of it is completely out of control. Having almost dozed off, Ein's sudden bombastic change of voice startles me awake, and I stare at him while confused. He's showing me blueprints now, clearly oblivious to how bored I am. I must clarify it was in that year that a description of tiramisu was first written. It was featured in an article written by... Is it G a J pronunciation? Or is it Giuseppe Di Clementi? I don't know. Dated 1971. A few years later, in a quarterly magazine, Benvenuto revealed to the world the name of the pastry chef whose vision created such a wonderful dessert. Di Clementi's namesake. Giuseppe Maffioli. Wait. How do we get from the history of architecture to dessert? And how does it even relate to the topic at hand? I'm about to protest when Ein shoots me a condescending glare. It is not proper to treat history so frivolously. How can one understand the motivations of the people who lived it if one does not understand the conditions under which they lived? Culture, both physical and spiritual, is the reflection of our own thoughts. And yet you sit there daydreaming. We are talking about your destiny here. If you're talking about my destiny, why are you talking about architecture and tiramisu? Don't sleep was an achievement that I got? Okay. Ask Ein when he's going to get to the point. Call Ein stuffy. Try and make sense of what he's saying. No! Get to the point! Wait a minute, you're just messing with my head. Just blah blah blah. But it's all hogwash. Can you stop beating around the bush and get to the point already? With that attitude, I do not believe we can work together. Can't say I'm disappointed. Quite the opposite, actually. Ein stands up and beckons me to the door. He then points to another on the opposite side of the corridor. Maybe you'll get along better with the others. Even more dubious acquaintances. Ein opens the door and, transfixed by what I see, I'm drawn into the room as the door closes behind me. I mean, honestly, come on. He was not getting to the point. I would be bored as shit too. I'm instantly blasted with music. And my girl's hungry, so I would be super like, I'm either gonna be sad and hungry or angry and hungry. It's one of the two. It's odd that I was unable to hear from both the corridor and study. The room is dimly lit, only illuminated by bright spotlights, and it's filled with a smoky haze. The music stops and an annoyingly loud voice calls out from the awkward silence. I'm so bummed out that these characters they're about to show you, I don't think you can date any of them. I think you can only focus on the two that captures you in the very beginning. Hello, mi chicos. Nice to meet you. I'm Ryu. I can't remember who I even wanted to go with that wasn't part of the two. I remember faintly that I just started liking Vincent, so surprise there. He's the one who pulled me into the room, and now he's got an iron grip on my hand as he leads me further in. Get your paws off of me. In an attempt to force some distance between us, I brusquely shove him away. Don't you dare grope me. Seeming a bit perturbed, he simply stares at me, but it's not long before a smile returns to his face. I immediately spin to the door and twist its knob, but as expected, it's locked. All I could do now was follow the smiling man's lead. You're just in time. Phil will be here soon. Those scoundrels weren't looking after you at all, were they? Never have truer words have been spoken. I've been starving for a while now. I take a look around as we go. Oh, hello. See, this guy is like the thumbnail of the game, so I thought he was going to be a contender. But again, I believe it's only Vincent and Cassie. Another man reclines on the floor in what looks to be an extremely uncomfortable position. He's drawing something in his sketchbook, and there are pencils laying right next to him. This is Victor. Or is Victor one of them? I can't remember. I literally don't know. This is Victor. Please be respectful and only call him by that name, not Vic or Vicky or anything like that. It's very nice to meet you. I'm happy to see we finally have a beauty around here. I glance at Rio, then at Victor. Their sleek, finely chiseled features contrast sharply against my own frumpy cat-like appearance. There's no doubt in my mind who the objectively beautiful ones are here. Well, thanks for the sarcasm, Vicky. You can plop down anywhere, by the way. Ryu immediately takes his own advice and sits. Cautiously, I take a seat off to the side before looking around again. Once my eyes have grown accustomed to the dark atmosphere and strobing lights, I'm able to make out the details of the room. Outside of my beautiful companions, there are a few other people here. Ah, and there's a source of that suffocating smoke. What is this called again? It's not vaping. It's hookah. That's the word. The flashy man notices me staring at him, then blows a lazy kiss my way. The genie is Ragnar. Leave his hookah alone, and you're sure to be good friends. To you, I am a pirate, and my greatest treasure is my heart, which is full of love. I had to stop myself from grabbing his hookah away. That lifeless lump over there is Sebastian. Not only is he a dancer, but a crab too. Sebastian! Sebastian is so fucking beautiful. Look how beautiful, bruh. Oh, I didn't. What a head of hair! It's like something you'd see in a shampoo commercial. Sebasti. His voice is quiet and indistinct, almost like he has marbles in his mouth. Ew. Realizing that I'm unable to hear him, he stands up and ambles towards me without an ounce of grace and lays down by my side. I'm Basti. Clearly ignoring Ryu's insufficient introduction, Basti pinches him after bluntly giving me his name. And that's Mark, but you'd be wise to leave him alone. He's pretty cranky, not to mention the Nostradamus complex he has. Nostradamus? Mark is totally off the mark now. Ah, Mark. Was it Mark I wanted to go for? But I'm pretty sure, I'm positive, I can't go for any of these guys that I'm staring at. 1 in 12. Was he trying to appear remarkable? Or perhaps he was just trying to show off? Show off what? I don't know what he was showing off. Don't worry about remembering these idiots' names. They'll be kicking the bucket sooner or later. Well, that's kind of depresso. That also falls greatly in line with all the people I sent for anyway. Bushy Brows comes bearing news that fills my heart with joy. Ah, and here's a handsome Vince Winks. Man-child, stop calling me that stupid name. It's Vincent. Vincent. Miss Cass. Here, kitty kitties. The plum-eyed and protein monsters have arrived. Vincent throws a pillow at Riga, which knocks him onto his back. And this is where I'm going to stop for today's episode. So we're already on chapter 3. Again, I don't know how many chapters there are, but the game initially starts off as free until you hit the DLC part, which I believe is if you want to further pursue certain characters. Because I believe the free part is Vincent entirely, if I'm understanding correctly. But thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I will see you guys in the next one.